Hello guys, have you missed me? I'm back again, and I sit here in my car heading out, not to do astrophotography right now at least, but for mountain biking. And I'm in the most southern part of Sweden right now, Skåne. And why is that, you may ask me? Well, sometimes you come to a stop in life where you need to do the right decisions for the future, and I felt it was really hard to find jobs up in the north, and at the same time I got a really great job opportunity from a company in the old university town of Lund down here in Sweden, where I also studied once. So me and my girlfriend, we thought for a while, and then took the decision to move 1,600 kilometers to this lovely southern part of Sweden. It's a little bit different, not as high mountains as up in the north, not as harsh and cold winters either, but a lovely rural landscape, a lot of farming, cultural land, and cozy small villages. It's quite open landscape here around Lund, and the sky is not as good as up in the north. There's no Portal 1 skies near here, but when you drive away from the larger cities, you can get around Portal 4, which is well, it's quite okay. It's not Portal 1, but pretty good anyway. And if you drive for maybe 2 hours, you can reach Portal 2-3 areas. But now I will go out and bike. I think it's pretty fun and really nice also, with some exercise sometimes. But tonight I think it will be clear. I hope so, at least. We moved down here at around Christmas last year, and the whole spring was quite bad for astrophotography. There were not so many occasions, but I shot this green comet, I don't remember its name now, and I also did kind of close-up of the core of the Orion Nebula. And the last object I did this spring was the Edge Galaxy NGC 4565. So I have also scouted some really nice locations to set up my gear. I'm about 30 kilometers from Lund now. It's a really lovely nature area here on a kind of low mountain terrain. And near the highest position of this low mountain I found a quite open area. So I will be able to drive there and set up the gear close to the car. So now I really hope that it will be clear sky tonight. And it's damn hot today. It's like 26 degrees Celsius. And it's mid of September soon. So it's I'm not really used to that, to those temperatures this time of the year. So it will feel a little bit strange to set up the gear when it's warm outside. It will be cozy, I think. I hope so. There we have some deers. You see them? Hey there. It's almost park-like terrain here. So very nice. Not really the terrain that I'm used to from up north. A little bit downhill here. Okay, so this is pretty fun. Ew. Okay guys, so now I'm home after the bike ride. It was hot as hell out there, 27 degrees Celsius or something. But anyway, I have decided that I will shoot from home this night because it was a while since I did astrophotography, so I will check all my gear. And I have some updates also since the last time I shot. I think it was in March or something, late March. But I thought that we could begin to look at the gear I will be using tonight and probably the rest of this season. So I have this William Optics Fluorostar 110 scope that I think is really great. I bought it used from a friend 1 year ago, so I have used it maybe 15 times so far. So it's very sturdy and sharp optics, and I like it a lot. On top here we have the Skywatcher Evo guide cam that I have used for 4 seasons, I think. and the ZWO 1600 mono camera, which I think is a great camera. I have thought of update it to the 2600 but it due to the inflation it has become extremely expensive compared to what it costs when it was just newly released. So I think I will wait maybe for the next update or something. Filter wheel with my LRGB and H-alpha sulfur and oxygen filters. The EAF and on top here of course my ASI Air. So I have not, as usual, I have not decided which object I will choose. It depends on the angles and so on. Not angels, angles. Maybe the angels also. Anyway, I have a kind of nice terrace here where we live now. So I have not really free sight to the north because we have the house is there. But I can see the Polaris, so I can. It's not a problem to do a polar alignment. And then I have pretty good view to north, east, south, and so on. But further to the southwest and west, we have the city Malmö, which is Sweden's third largest city. So. There's a lot of light pollution coming from that city. So I think I will avoid to point my scope in that direction. I did some shooting here, as I told you earlier, this spring. So it's possible to do astrophotography from here. It's not the same thing as going out to remote places as I'm used to. It's another experience, not as exciting for me. I think it's easy to get lazy in the sofa while the gear is doing the job. So I will continue to find dark and or reasonable dark places down here, because I really want to go out and experience the night sky from such places. It's not that fun to be at home, I think. Then I could do something else. Not really, but maybe you understand me now after I watched my videos for some seasons. I will of course try to travel a little bit farther to, and of course to my home regions up in the Arctic part of Sweden, around Boden and Jokkmokk. But I have not decided any plans so far. It will be this winter, I think. We have also quite a good Bortle 2 areas, not very far from here. First on the islands of Öland and Gotland. It will take maybe 3-4 hours to drive to Öland, and to Gotland I have to use a ferry. But we also have on the other side of Öresund in Denmark, and down at the Danish coast on Sjælland, a place called Møns Klint. And I have never been there, but it looks pretty nice actually, and they market the place as a dark sky reserve with Bortle 2. And when I started astrophotography a couple of years ago up in Jokkmokk, it was almost unbelievable when I discovered that I had the Bortle 1 areas just a 1 hour drive from where I lived then. But anyway, I think it will be possible to find dark spots even down here, but I have to drive a little bit farther. Well, can take a look at some other things I will be using this season. Okay, so this is an Ecoflow UPS that I will be using tonight. When I started as photography a couple of years ago, I did some research about the power supply to the rig, and couldn't find any good information about reliable batteries and power supply solutions for use in temperatures below -20, 25 or even -30 degrees Celsius. But I chose the cheapest solution that I could try, and it was a 96 ampere hour marine battery, or 86 ampere hour I think it was, from Swedish chain Biltema, which I put in a battery box, and it has been very reliable, and I can run my gear a whole night in very cold temperatures with that solution. But there are downsides also. One is that it's pretty heavy. Only the battery weighs around 20 kilograms, and I have to charge it also during prolonged storage. I forgot that with one battery, and then I have to it lost a lot of power capacity, so I bought a new one last year. So this will be interesting. I hope I will be able to run all my gear from it, and it has also some USB, ordinary ones and USB-C ports, and some for the power cables and so on. So we'll see how it works tonight. Okay, so this is the head for my EQ6 R-Pro mount. It has been very reliable. 4 seasons I have used it, but now I discovered that thread for this screw, adjustment screw here, has become bad, so I have to fix it someday. But I can use it anyway. And of course we have electricity here too, but I want to try this Ecoflow so I know that it can handle my rig during a remote session. Okay, so I have set up the gear. So Now I will just wait for the sky to be dark. I think it's the first time I do a session in shorts, and it's like 21 degree plus this time. That's another challenge. So it will be the warmest Astro photography session ever, for me at least. That will be interesting. So looks pretty good, and we'll see which target I will choose, because to right here I have the house wall, so it's not clear view in that direction, but behind me, and behind me is east, by the way, and then we have south, something there. So from northeast, east, and to south I can shoot, but I think I will pick some target that is high up and up in the sky. Well, now I will start everything. So let's see. Under the ASI app. It seems that it finds everything also. Good to remove this one, the lid. Okay, so now I just did some harsh focusing so I can see some stars when I do a preview. So now I will go on and do a polar alignment. Okay, so I started to shoot now, and I try to do a mosaic. So you can see here it's half of the M31 Galaxy. So here we have the core. So then I will take another set to the left here, left or right or whatever. So it will be, the final image will consist of two separate areas of the M31. So I begin with the RGB now. So I shoot the first set with a red filter. Okay, I have done almost all RGB filters into the last one, the blue, and then I will continue to shoot with a luminance filter, and this is pretty soft actually, because I sit outside here in short sleeve and shorts, and it's still around 13 degree. So it feels extremely warm actually to be a dark evening doing astrophotography. And I have my ASI Air app here. Guiding looks great. 0.35 when I looked at the screen now. And as you can see, this is half of the Andromeda Galaxy. So it will be interesting to put them together to make a really large composite of the galaxy. So it's not really the same feeling to sit like this and doing astrophotography compared to be at a really dark and quiet location. Now I hear noise, cars from the highway. I can see the brightest stars, Cassiopeia. Can barely see the Pleiades. Not a chance to see the Andromeda Galaxy. So it's a huge difference from being at Bortle 1 location. I have no idea which sky quality there is at this location, but pretty bad, I think. 6 maybe, or something, because we are in the vicinity of Lund and the larger city Malmö. But it's quite cozy. You can go inside and watch TV and eat. I don't have to freeze. But the time spent out on a very dark location is a well invested time, I think. The rig will do the meridian flip in about 20 seconds. So let's see how smooth this operation will be. So it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so now so let's see here. Now let's lose to the target position. So the rig has done the meridian flip and it went all flawless. So it has started to shoot the last luminous frames on this set now. So it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Now it's pretty quiet also. Not so many cars on the highway. The sky looks a little bit better also. I can see the Pleiades also. So it will be interesting to see what I can create with this mosaic from this location. So I'm not using any light pollution filters, just the luminance and RGB filters with my 1600 mm. But this is kind of a test night also, to see if my gear works as it should, that I have the power supply that I need when I go to a remote location, that the apps are updated, and so on. There's one thing that's not really sold yet, and that's the ZWO EAF, which I still has quite a lot of problem with. So I did a test shooting a couple of nights ago. It was not really a good evening for astrophotography, but at least I could see some stars, so I tried the autofocus routine and filmed the session also, and it failed 2 times, so I uploaded the file and sent it to ZWO in China, the headquarters, and they forwarded my mail to their support team. So let's see what's happening. I feel that it's extremely important to have a functional EAF when doing sessions like this, when I use 4 different filters, because and not just 4 different filters. I shoot at 2 different areas also, so I have to change direction a couple of times. I have to, between every change of filters, I have to use the luminance filters, point the scope at the bright star. Tonight it was Cuff in Cassiopeia. Check the focus with a Batino mask with the right filter. Change back to the luminance filter, just for the plate soul to find the target again. And then on the target I have to change to the filter I will shoot at. So it's a lot of job. It would be a lot more easy if everything worked as it should. Okay, it's 5 o'clock and it's starting to lighten up a little bit. The cock sounds somewhere there behind me. Oh, cool! So it's time to stop shooting. So now I will just shoot some flats, and then I will go to bed, and we'll see tomorrow what I have collected tonight. Okay, so now I'm shooting the flats here, and I use a laptop as a light source. It will be very interesting to see tomorrow the result from this session. And I still wear my short sleeve shirt and shorts. I don't know, it feels pretty warm. It's still around 5-10 degrees Celsius. Quite warm evening or morning, I would say. Okay, so I can see here on the UPS that I have 67% still, so it has been pretty good tonight. So I will use it on remote locations. Okay, so that was it. Now I will go in and go to bed, sleep, and look at the files tomorrow. Okay guys, so it's Monday today. Yesterday I felt a little bit tired, but however I did process the files. It was a little bit challenging, which we will see soon. Overall it was a quite pleasant evening. It was warm and cozy, and I did get some results from the shooting, but we can take a look at the files. So here we have the two images stitched together in Astro Pixel Processor. So here we have one of them, and down here we have the other session. And as you can see, there's a lot of ugly light pollution and vignetting here, which I took care of in later processing. So this does not look that fancy for me, but here we have almost a final image, and I think there's quite a lot of detail, and this is just 3 hours in total, 1.5 hours with luminance, and about 1.5 hours with RGB. I think I would have needed quite a lot more time from this spot to be really satisfied, but anyway it looks, it's an image. So I think I will make some processing videos later also, and show how I do my workflow. Okay guys, that was all for now, and I hope you enjoyed my video, even if I did not spend time being out in extremely cold temperatures north of the Arctic Circle. But I hope next time I could be able to go to a dark and somewhat remote place down here in the south of Sweden. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to follow my not Arctic anymore, not this time at least, my astrophotography adventures. See you.
For each other.